What is going on, community? What is going on, people of Earth? I am TJ, aka Flash by Night, and I am here to share with you what I got for possibly, sort of, almost free comic book day. Why was it possibly, sort of, almost free comic book day? Because it was free comic book day, but of course, I patronized the shop, I patronized a couple of vendors at the shop, and I've got a couple of more goodies, including some surprises towards the end. So this is super awkward, but what else is new? But I also met up with Robert, aka Flash 6792, on New Comic Book Day. Of course, I'm horrible at this kind of thing, so I didn't get any pictures of the meetup. But trust me, I met him. He was down here visiting family. It was great to meet him. Hopefully I can do more of this with more people and maybe be on the traveling end next time. I guess since it is free comic book day, that's where we should start. My comic shop is Capital City Comics in Montgomery, Alabama. And the only drawback I had for free comic book day is that outside of Turtles and maybe one other book, most of the free comic books when I got there were big two books, and I got there pretty close to opening, so I don't think that all of the independent free comic book day books were snatched up that fast. Luckily for me, most of the free comic book day books pop up on Comixology, so I can check them out there. But the first book I grabbed, you guys know, it was the Energon universe. It's also the first book I read, and there was some great stuff in here for Transformers, Void Rivals, and G.I. Joe. The next free comic book day book I picked up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to dig into this a little later. I'm not sure if Jason Aaron wrote this book or not. We'll see. But that is who's going to be writing the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book. And of course, I'm going to give it a try because it's Jason Aaron. Next free comic book day book is Blood Hunt with a little bit of X-Men at the bottom. This is a two-part book, some Blood Hunt, showing some of the other characters who you didn't see in Blood Hunt #1 when they find out that the Earth is going dark, and also an X-Men short story following Jubilee, and teasing one of the bigger stories in this new era of X-Men coming up this summer. The fourth book I grabbed, because we were limited to 5, is Spider-Man and Ultimate Universe. I'll read that a little later. And the last book I have is Absolute Power by DC. Now, I haven't been keeping up with all of the DC books leading into Absolute Power, but I've heard some things, and this may be pretty interesting, so we'll see. Now on to the books I purchased from my LCS. First, I have Moon Knight issue #7. I think this was the B cover. I grabbed this because A, I love this cover, and B, I have a copy of this. I had like 3 of them. I gave 2 away, and then I kept one, and I accidentally touched it with grease or something, and I got a spot on the top of my book. And so when I saw this in the bins of my LCS, I had to pick it up so I can have a clean copy of issue #7. Share with you guys the little blood splatter all over my guy's white suit. I've always loved that detail in this cover. Next couple of books, actually next 4 books, scratch my little nostalgia itch. And we have Howard the Duck issue #1, written by, I think, Ty Templeton. And this book basically comes right before the Chip Zdarsky run. It's like a 4-part series. I've got 2 of them, so we'll be on the lookout. They're probably low printed. We'll see. And the next issue is the Templeton Howard the Duck sandwich, because we have issue #4. So I'm going to have to be on the lookout for issues number 2 and 3 sometime in the near future. But fret not, because I have issue number 3 of one of Zdarsky's run. I think Zdarsky had 2 runs on Howard the Duck. So we've got issue number 3 here with Howard looking like the Silver Surfer. And I'm not sure if I have this issue or not. I don't think I had it logged into CLZ if I do. But this is Howard the Duck issue number 11. A friend of mine who is a writer named Brian D. Covington has what I'd call a project. He's writing 3 books, but between those 3 books, or between books 2 and 3, he's writing 3 comics to spotlight some of the characters who are interesting but didn't get enough time in the books. And of course, the project, I'll call it a project, is Between Magic and Dreams. Also, we have Between Magic and Dreams Reclamation. I already had those 2 books. He is working on the 3rd one now, but I bring those up because I bought 2 of his comic books, technically 3, but I bought 2 of his comic books over the weekend. So the comic books are called Between Magic and Dreams Meanwhile, and I have issues number 1 and 3. But I was missing number 2 until now. So this is Between Magic and Dreams number 2. And then he let me know that he has a 2nd edition which has more content and different content on the inside, sort of like Blood Hunt we saw come out this week. So I also got issue number 2, the 2nd edition, the special edition. I'm not sure what to call it, but I have it. And despite having issue number 3, he had a variant cover for issue number 3 that I couldn't pass up. I told him this looked a little like Null, but we'll let him pass. On to some more goodies. I got a few sketches from Jared Abelrich, known as the Yard Sale Artist. And if I butchered his name, I'm sorry. But along with having a couple of books of his own, he also does these sketches of characters in front of text on regular pages. I'm not sure if that's the best description, but you'll get it once you see it. So the first sketch that I picked up from him is RoboCop. The next sketches are going to be equally recognizable, but also important in this new era of the Energon universe. So I picked up this sketch, which is half Storm Shadow, half Snake Eyes. We also picked up Sergeant Slaughter. And last but not least, a character we talked about because he's getting into the Energon universe. He's read the first issue of Duke, but he hasn't gotten into Transformers, and he hasn't gotten into Cobra Commander. So we talked about it, and I'm pretty sure he's going to pick that up, and if he's like the rest of us, dive head first into the Energon universe. Speaking of characters and properties in the Energon universe, my last 4 goodies are actually a mail call from Friday night, so I think it counts. So we have Transformers 53, we have Transformers 61, which I believe is the first appearance of Unicron. Issue number 75, which all of these I got for a good price. And issue number 79. We're adding to our Marvel Transformers collection. Getting pretty close. And that is what I picked up for possibly, sorta, almost free comic book day. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you saw something you liked. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, picking up my comics wherever I may get them from, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Of course, feel free to leave comments. And as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.